At that time of the year when it is a perfect sky behind you for the 7 o'clock weather forecast, John.
I love it, Scott. I really do. You get a nice silhouette there of our moon, our waxing crescent moons out there. The sky is this beautiful color, and we've got some more clear nights coming up, which means that this view behind me will thankfully look the same, at least for a little while longer. Of course, our daylight hours are getting shorter as we march into fall and eventually into the winter season. But yeah, for about another week or so, as long as it's clear, it'll look really nice behind me for the 7th. Love it. All right, let's take you out to the Pop Pack with our camera view there. Got some boats cruising around out there, probably do a little fishing. I think the folks who are doing any kind of water skiing or tubing and probably wrapping that up for the season at this point, but fishing's still a go. That is a beautiful evening sky over the Pop Pack. Temperature 65 degrees, very comfortable. Dew points at 48, so the air, of course, dry. 59 Falls, as well as in Taylor. 62 Mayfield, 65 Archbald. We'll widen this whole thing out, show you there are some cooler spots, usually, you know, where you typically find them. Lopez at 54, same for you in Thornhurst. Do have a 67, though, in Lewisburg, and a 64 from Coganhouse Township, right on down to Lock Haven. Now, sky has been continuing to clear out today. The dip in the jet stream flow and the associated system with it that was giving us some clouds earlier in the day continues to pull away now over the far northern New England states, far northern New Hampshire, as well as northern Maine, up to the Allagash region there. And now we're getting to this kind of wedge of clearing, and boy, is that really good timing, because you have a chance to see the Starlink flyover happening tonight. It's at 8:06. Now, unlike last night, which was relatively low on the horizon, this is basically going to go directly overhead. It'll start in the northwestern sky and move towards the southeast. It's up there for 5 minutes. We'll talk more about this in Skywatch 16 in a few, as certainly a sight to see, and I think a lot of us have the chance to see it because of where it is in our sky. It'll be cool tonight. We'll have some fog forming in our valleys. Temperatures will be on the cooler side, generally down into the 40s. I do think there will be some spots in the elevations, though, that probably make it into the upper 30s as we think about what's happening for our Wednesday morning. So you'll want a jacket as you're off to work and school in the morning, a light one. Afternoon, you get to ditch it because, well, tomorrow is going to be part of our string of really nice days. Tomorrow, a sterling day, tons of sunshine, low humidity, high temperatures generally upper 60s, low 70s, and I think it only gets warmer as we go throughout the rest of the work week. And we're still looking at a good deal of sunshine for these days, too. So tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, maybe these numbers on the lower end, we could very well see some mid-70s both Thursday and Friday, just thanks to all the sunshine that we're expecting. And humidity remains in check. It does look like it'll come up a little bit over the course of the weekend. And, well, wouldn't you know, the increase in humidity also going to come with an increased chance for some rain. So dry for the rest of our work week. I think Friday football for the high school kids is going to be just fine. But this weekend, you can see an increased chance there for some rainy weather. Here's the situation on that. What's likely to develop here later this week will be kind of this area of low pressure off of the Georgia-Florida coastline, and that's what's going to be moving north. Our models disagree on just how much of an influence it will have on us, but leaning on a lot of experience on this, anytime we get these easterly winds with systems coming up, even if there's not like a widespread rain, usually leads to some kind of persistent steady light rain, especially through the Poconos in these situations. So I think you're probably the most wet this weekend with how things look right now, but I think all of us will find at least some wet weather before the weekend is over. Sorry to say, wish we could kind of flip that script. It's always better when you get rain during the week and nice weather on the weekend, but unfortunately, we can't control it. We just predict it. So the rest of this week looks good. If you've got some outdoor yard work to do, pouring some concrete, you're going to be okay for that. But this weekend, that's when things get a bit soggy around these parts. Just how soggy, it remains to be seen. We're keeping an eye on it for you through the week. So sterling weather for tomorrow with all the sunshine. Same goes for Thursday. Friday, the clouds increase, but still really nice, dry, good for high school football that night. Weekend, a bit wet. And then we're going to keep things dry going into early next week. And no big heat anywhere, so we officially turn the page to fall on Saturday, Scott, and those temperatures certainly looking a lot like fall in that 7-day forecast.
Oh, here we go.
Diving into the new season, my friend.
All right, John, we'll see you for Skywatch.
Yes.